Hey, how's it going, Team Kids? Welcome to our weekend preview video for October 5th and 6th. This beautiful first weekend in October. If you like clouds and rain and that kind of stuff, then it's been a beautiful week. Anyway, I'm excited for what we have coming up this month. And one of the things that I have been noticing is happening, though, is that people are getting sick. It's flu season, it's cold season. The weather changed on us so rapidly that people are getting sick. And so I just wanted to just real quickly just shout out and put a public safety announcement out there that if you are sick, please don't stretch yourself to come to class. That make sure you're taking care of yourself first, and that you are getting healthy and rested, so that way you can lead kids well. So take care of yourself. That's the public safety announcement. There you go. And then I wanted to real quickly highlight something that happened last weekend. I sent out an all-team email to all of our 4th through 6th grade leaders, just kind of highlighting what Groups launch was all about. We launched Groups registration last weekend for the first time, and we encouraged our parents to sign up their kids for a small group for 2019 and 2020. And so we had in our small groups a little card that we gave out after small groups to all the parents. It looked something like this, and it had some great information on it that directed them towards the purpose behind groups registration, why we're doing it, which we believe the reason why we are doing groups registration is the reason why we do groups is because we want to connect kids with Jesus through community. We believe that's one of the ways that God manifests himself in us is through people and through his presence in people, and so one of the best ways to do that is to be in consistent community, and so we're going to have groups registration open all the way through October 21st, and so we're going to emphasize that all month. We're going to have you guys stay connected with your group after small groups each weekend, so that way you guys can talk with parents and hand them this card, and if they have or haven't registered, just remind them that you're excited to be able to lead their kids in small groups. Introduce yourself if you haven't met them yet, and just let them know that this is something that we do, and the best and most effective way for their kids to get the most out of the classroom time is to consistently come to the same service, so where they can connect with the same kids and the same leaders, and be connected to Jesus. I think that's the biggest thing that we want to emphasize. So that's what we'll continue to do this weekend. We'll highlight that in Huddle, and we'll just go through what that will look like for your small group time. That being said, let's talk through content, what we're going to be going through in small groups this weekend, and we're doing a standalone talk on the topic of the gospel and how we get the gospel out, what platforms we use to share the message of the gospel. I just wanted to share one verse that I think is a powerful verse when it comes to understanding what the gospel is. In Romans 1:16, the Apostle Paul says this. He says that the gospel is the power of God to save lives. He says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel because it's the power of God to save lives. And it's the message that we receive that we believe is Jesus' power in his life, the life that he came to give for us, that we now go out and we are messengers of in the world. And so we're going to highlight that message. We're going to emphasize what that message is all about. The video actually is heavily focused on the idea of what platforms we use to share this message. And the thing I want to highlight is, while it's good that we have platforms to share the message of Jesus, the best channel that we can use to share the gospel message is through our lives. And the one common denominator through all of these YouTube channels that they highlight as their top 5 is that there's people that are sharing what God is doing in their lives, and that's what's the thing that changes us and changes people is watching God's power at work in our lives. And that's what the verse that we're going to be highlighting in Colossians emphasizes, is that God is at work in us and through us, and that's the power of God to save His people. And so we're going to highlight that throughout the weekend. Kids have an opportunity to kind of share what it is that they listen to, what they engage with, what are the platforms that they use, and hopefully they'll be able to identify what it is that they're passionate about and how they can use their passions to share Jesus in the things that they love. And so it's going to be a different topic. It's going to be a different discussion that what we're normally used to doing. So read through the small group sheet, prepare yourself. If you have any questions, please let me know. But it should give kids some clarity in regards to how we can use any platform that we've been given to highlight Jesus, which should be the main focus of everything that we do. Last thing is that I just want to highlight something with action cards. So action cards are something we do every single week in small groups, and these are what they look like. This is Griffin's. He's going to help others, and so the reason why we do action cards is we believe that next steps are important. Moving closer to Jesus is important. We say yes to Jesus in the gospel. We don't just stop our forward momentum. We say yes to Jesus every single day. We say yes to Him in every area of our life. And so I just want to encourage you guys, as you do action cards this month, encourage kids to make their next step very specific. Who's someone that they can love? What's something that they can do? How are they going to do it? Make it specific, and because the more specific it is, the more likely it is to happen. And the other fun thing that we're going to be doing this month is we're going to be doing double points all month throughout the month of October to encourage these kids that action steps are so valuable. How we grow in our relationship with Jesus is by actively moving closer to Him, by saying yes in the little things, by saying yes in relationships, and choosing to do what Jesus would do by loving people around us and by doing hard things that we know are good. And so encourage them this week to continue with action cards. Follow up with them on their action cards with the action card envelopes that are in your bins, and remind them that we're doing double points this month for doing those. So thank you so much. Excited for this weekend. Excited to see you all and help these kids find and follow Jesus. Talk to you later. Bye.